All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Doing something a little wacky. It's our first race of the season. I did goof off with this a little bit during week 13, but not a lot. I was pretty busy. I had a conference out of town, a lot of work to do, and visitors in from out of town and all kinds of stuff. So I haven't been on iRacing very much lately. But in the meantime, iRacing has released its first all-electric race car in the Porsche Mission R, and here you see it being semi-hustled around the track during qualifying. Out of I think 17 cars, let's see here, out of 17 cars, I have qualified in fourth in car number 3. So I guess I've got okay pace, but that's sort of based on the qualifying setup, which is a different car. In this thing, the qualifying setup bumps it up like another 200 or 250 horsepower, and so it drives totally different. I did not give myself enough time.
That's the end of the
I've
session.
put quite a
P4.
few laps down in the race setup, but the qualifying setup is just crazy. It won't turn while accelerating. It understeers like crazy under braking. I mean, it's nuts. And so I need to give myself more time there. Maybe I'm better under qualifying than that. As far as race pace, I was practicing against Zach here, Zach Lippy, and he was pulling me by probably 0.2 a lap or so earlier. So I don't know that I'm a threat to win here, but I'm in it for the fun, and just going to kind of go out and experiment with some new stuff here. So Porsche Mission R Road Atlanta official race, standing start. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to pass in all the directions. Got to remember to put it in gear. When I did a week 13 race, I neglected to put the car into gear at the start, and then didn't go anywhere. So you don't have all the rituals of a car with, you know, a proper transmission and an internal combustion engine and all that stuff. And so compound that with a standing start, and it was just a stupid mistake that I made.
P4.
Okay,
20
first gear.
minutes.
I'm going to hammer the brake and
All right, Ben. Nice and neat.
give it
Stay
some
out of
throttle.
trouble. Green, green, green.
No shifting. Let's just race. Try to get settled in with this top 4 here. I do not have my virtual mirror on. I'm just relying on the in-dash mirror, which is different. All right, looks like we got a little bit of a breakaway here.
Start's all right. Let's build on it.
I was a little bit too conservative there maybe, and got a little further behind than I wanted. There's not much of a slipstream in these things that I've observed, but we'll see. Maybe they'll battle and I can get back to them here. God, what a different experience. It's just not like anything else. I mean, it's kind of like a GT3 car, but with the understeer and braking points of the Audi GTO, but no shifting, which means you've just got to be really, really cognizant of your braking markers and turn-in markers and all that, because without shifting, you lose all these reference points around the track. You know, like you have this metronome that says when I shift to third here, you know, I'm gonna brake and downshift again and all that stuff. You got all these rhythm markers when driving a car with a traditional transmission that you know, they just aren't there anymore. I hope this is gets closer here. Not having a very competitive race. Need to take that tighter. That was a miss. Alright, Sean, I'm kind of pulling away from him a little bit, but Joe and Zach are pulling away from me, so I kind of need some drama up front for me to get into a fight. But It's a fixed setup series too, so the difference you see here is all driver. And I don't know how much practice these guys have put in, obviously, or what their skill levels are, but
There's a car leaving the pit
I mean,
lane.
it's like cars 1 through 5, right? So
The leader has just done a
it's,
119.8.
everyone should be probably
Sector 1 is 0.6
4,000 to
off the
3,000 or
pace.
so. I rating, at least in this top group. I have a feeling it's a D-class car. It's a new car, and I have a feeling that there's probably some sub 1,000s in the back. You can see that on the standings, probably. I can't. Just gonna take care of my tires here, maybe, and see if this comes back to me. I just saw some cones flying a second ago, which means people are making mistakes. Let's get over the curb here. Get over that curb. Better, but not great. The it's a four-wheel drive car, and so the power
The
off
gap behind is now 1.6 seconds.
acceleration, corner off acceleration. There's a bit of understeer there. You've got to get the car sort of pointed. Now, there's also lift-off oversteer though, so you can drive this car from the rear end. I just haven't figured out some nuances yet to get consistent with any of it. But it's fun. It's a different experience. It's very different, and it's fun. That partially because of the novelty, but also it's good racing. You can see here we got a pretty competitive grid. Guys in front
Your
here.
lap time was
I wish I was in a battle, but
21.3.
I'll just keep running my race. I'm actually not sure how long the race is. I think it's like a 30-minute race sprint or something.
The gap to Edward ahead is now
I'll check on the
2.1.
straight. These guys are running away from me, unfortunately. Uh, 15 minutes, so it's only a 20-minute race. Yeah, no worries. Oh no, overcooked it. There we go. Okay, I got it though. You got to really hammer on the brake. It's like a GT3 car in that way. You rely on the ABS and to a degree the traction control, but you really
Okay,
hammer
Ben,
the ABS.
15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
The car's obviously heavy, being an electric car carrying around those batteries.
Sector 2 is 0.6 off the pace.
Boy, Dirk is flying. Dude is quick. Those fast guys are fast no matter what they're driving. Starting to get a little bit of a feel. I think I'm closing in on Joe here. Maybe he burnt off some tires.
Your battery use is increasing.
My battery use is increasing. Interesting.
The gap
Let's
to
look at
Edward
that.
in front is now
62.
1.9
So I have 13
seconds.
laps remaining, which would be like, what, 26 minutes of battery? So obviously I'm okay on battery, but that's an interesting call out. There is an Audi LMS-esque rear end behavior here where sometimes coming into a corner the rear end will want to break loose and just do a lazy spin in much the same way that the
Sectors
R8
2 and
does.
3 are 0.4 off the pace. Sector 1 is
and
0.3
I've gotten
off
caught
the
out on
pace.
that a couple of times during practice, so it's something to watch for if you're going to play with this thing. I think I had it down to 1.8 a second ago, didn't I? Maybe that's just the relative playing tricks on me, or maybe I missed a couple corners relative to him. pretty evenly matched though. This top third and second. Well, I guess second through me, second through fourth is pretty evenly matched. I just let myself get too far behind in the early going so as not to get in a crash. It's like the leader's up on a back marker there. Whoa. He killed me that lap.
Your lap time was 121.4. Yellow flag, watch out.
Not for position. Back marker losing it. Number 15 out of 17. Probably 1,000 iRating dude. Or something. Things you gotta watch out for sometimes. Beginners causing problems. And I mean iRacing beginners or sim racing beginners, not Mission R beginners. We're all that.
The gap to Edward ahead is increasing. It's now 2.5 seconds.
I know, I just don't have the pace for him. I need him to make an error. Minutes to go. Still plenty of time for someone to make a mistake up there. Get caught up in a back marker, overcommit a corner, burn off their tires. See, he just went wide a bit there. Got some dirt.
Okay, Ben, there's a car exiting the pits. Heads up. You've got 10 minutes left, 10 minutes to go, half distance. Come on, stay focused. Apexes and exits, apexes and exits.
Gained some back there. That was a good section for me there. Sean's going to let him by, but I'm going to get stuck. Oh my. Okay. Joe died. I don't know how that happened. Thank you, Sean. Thank you very much. What happened to Joe back there? You just sort of lost it in the grass or something?
Yeah, I went a little too far off to the edge.
Well, top 3 for me! Like I said, a lot can happen. One little mistake and you're dead. Now, I don't think that I have any pace to make another position, so I think we're probably going to be driving around by ourselves for a little bit. Unless these guys actually get close and get into a battle and make a mistake, crash each other or whatever. Who knows? But they both seem pretty freaking competent. Then again, so did Joe. And,
the gap behind is now
blah, 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 blah. End of sentence there. Do love this racetrack. I mean, this racetrack elevates every car. Whether you love this car or hate this car, this racetrack is fun. Racetrack is fun. It's a beautiful elevation, technical, no runoff. I mean, I just like it. And I'm also partial to it because I live in Atlanta. This is Road Atlanta, and I've been to this track for the Petit Le Mans, and it's an amazing time. Cannot say enough about the noise, the community, the vendors. It's just a really good time. This is a fun little car to race, though. Very different experience. Weird noise. Not a bad noise, but definitely a weird noise. You're just not used to coming out of a car. It's not a bad thing, though. I know some people are upset about the noises that electric cars make. I got no problem with it. A lot of people were upset when LMP1 cars went to the electric hybrid system, but man, look how fast they are. I just wish there were more teams willing to do stuff and spend the money so there was a more competitive area. I do agree that there's something about a screaming internal combustion engine that just makes it special. I hear you. There's something special about this too. It's just different.
The battery is now at half power.
Half power? Someone buy me a Duracell! I haven't quite figured out what the lights exactly mean. I think the lights on my dash, the white are brake lockup. I mean, they have ABS indicators there, so I'm pretty sure that's when I'm hammering the brakes too hard. But I'm not sure how the traction... I think purple normally means traction control or loss of grip, right? Isn't that normally what it means? But it always comes in on the outside tire, and so it's almost like it's a tire strain thing, you know, like it's saying, hey, you're working your right sides right now. You're working your left sides right now. And I don't know that I understand the value of that. Unless you're in a tire conservation race, you know, but I mean, you wouldn't engineer lights around that. Maybe it's in the notes. I've kind of backed off here. Just driving around, see if I can protect my third.
The gap in front has increased to 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know. I've got such a cushion from behind and no chance to catch ahead that, you know, why push? Why push? One thing about this racetrack that always gets me is that concrete holding up the bridge over there, right? That concrete wall. Every time I see that from up on top of the hill back there, it looks to me like
5 minutes to go. You're looking good for a podium.
like I always think that there's a crash coming out of the
gap to lockbound behind is now.
I always think there's a crash coming out of the
seconds.
chicane. Even though that's, you know, it's just you quickly see and assess sort of instinctively things that you see off in the distance, and to me that just always says smoke, 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 and then and then oh no, wall. The rational part of the brain comes in and says wall. Just on a Sunday drive now, or Saturday drive, as it were. Hot lapping, cruising a bit. Wish I was in a battle. Happy to be running third. Top 3 in a car in which I have very little experience. Michael Steiner. Whee! Kind of pushed it into the braking zone there a little bit. Cool.
Sorry.
He's sorry. They're less than a second apart up there. Maybe they will have a little crash. I mean, I'm so far back I probably wouldn't get there before they recovered,
The gap in
but
front is increasing. It's
I
now
can hope for some
12
action there.
seconds.
I was in a fight. I'm not going to back off by 10 seconds just to get in a fight, but I wish I was in one. How much time we got left? 2 minutes. Probably 2 more laps, because the leader should be crossing right about now. Maybe 3 more, but probably 2. Maybe I carried too much electric charge, and so, you know, I'm weighing more than I should.
That's 2 minutes left.
Sure,
2 minutes.
everybody has made that joke by now. But hey, I can pretend that I'm the first. Well, you can really hear the curbs because you don't hear that there's no engine, and so you get a lot from the curbs. And I gotta say, direct drive steering wheel, having made this switch, we got to talk about curb feel up in here, man. Compared to the old Thrustmaster T300 that I drove for years, I mean, the curb feels fantastic. It just every single little bump, everything in that curb, I could feel it. And as the tires started to slip or not slip, you know, as I accelerated, going over the curb, over that painted surface, you know, you could just absolutely feel every little bit of it. You get more information. Started to feel the rear end slip a little bit there, like I was talking. So we got white flag. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ben, 1 more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium.
Keep it together. Ooh, they are basically side by side up there. Crash, 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 crash. Well, sorry, I wish this was a more entertaining race for you out there in YouTube land, but if you're curious about the Mission R, man, I say give it a whirl.
2 minutes
Something
to go.
different,
2
something
minutes.
new. You may just love it. You may not. Right? I can see that. But
Good race, Letter. Hard race, nice speed.
good race, you guys. I was way too conservative at the start to keep up with you. Looked close.
Great drive, that's a podium.
I want to watch the leaders finish real fast. Let's watch their last lap. Anyway, P3 for me. It's not too shabby. I'm not upset about that. Yeah, Zach, the only experience I really have with it is goofing off a little bit. Oh, he's gone. I'm talking to myself. All right, let's watch this last lap. Boom. Oh, this is the second to last lap. We'll get to the chicane. It's not quite close yet. I mean, it's close, but it's not bananas yet. All right. Gentleman lets them by. Nicely done. And not so nicely done. Oh my. Number 17 out of 17. At least he held the brakes. Good job holding the brakes. There comes not me. All right, down to the wire here. I mean, we know how it finishes, but I guess I thought they would be a little bit closer than this. looks like about 3/10, 4/10. Dirk was sweating this guy a little bit, probably. Don't make a mistake. Yeah, a little less than I thought. Anyway, I hope you had a brilliant time hanging out and watching. That was my first official race in the Porsche Mission R at Road Atlanta. And let's see how we did. I got 26 iRating out of that, up to 3280. No incidents. Not too bad, not too bad. Dirk's average lap was a 21 flat. Mine was a 22.3. So obviously I was getting pummeled there in lap time. And maybe with some more familiarity I'll catch up because this dude's iRating is only 3,300. Zach, however, 6,500. That dude is, up there. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out and watching. Hope you had a good time. Catch you later.